Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Primetime Grind Time episode. It's always fun to think about the different things you'd add to your favorite game. So today we decided to throw our dev head on and make a video about some of the most fun and creative things we'd like to see added to the land of PUBG. Before we get into that, we decided it would be great to give back to the community a little by having a fun trivia question for you guys to try and figure out. We drove a dossier down the runway from one end to the other, starting at the outside 3 dash marks on the ground. How many times do you think the dossier's back wheel turned? The first person to respond with the same number we found in either a tweet at me or in the comment section on YouTube will win a miniskirt in PUBG. The winner will be announced on my Twitter and will be given 24 hours to claim it before another winner will be chosen. Good luck. New maps. If you haven't heard, PUBG's already announced they'll be releasing a desert and a snow map shortly, which is awesome. We were thinking adding a big city or jungle map would be sweet additions, or adding a procedurally generated map where the weather or terrain is constantly changing between rounds. I would love to play a giant city map. One thing that PUBG's done a great job of is making all the buildings enterable. GTA and The Division are games that are a great example of large city maps. Imagine playing in a city with massive malls, parks, underground transit system, construction areas, skyscrapers with cranes, and roof access to everything. How cool would an operating rail system be, fighting on a moving train that rolls around the map? Different game modes. The PUBG concept is awesome, but it would be nice to have the option to switch up the game mode. A Wasteland style mod would be sick for just being able to die and respawn instantly. That'd be good for practice and more relaxed by not being constricted by a timeline. Throw in some gun stores and airdrops with a few AI missions to get some weapons and currency, and you have a recipe for a good time. We all love being able to scrounge up some pixels we've just acquired from a freshly looted corpse to go back home and stash them in our treasure chest. And what better way to express our own creative identities and stash our fat loot than with a building mod? Building's a ton of fun, and with all the cool buildings and cities in PUBG, a building concept with storage, vehicle garages, doors with locks, and safes with codes would be hella lit. Zombies. Enough said, maybe toss that in with the building mod. Bam, bam. Match made in heaven. How about a TDM or vehicle-oriented King of the Kill map with helicopters, armored cars, and a variety of different weapon systems capable of destroying them? Throw in some zone control objectives with blue and red team, add an experience-based leveling system, unlock better vehicles, weapons, and optics. You could also add class-specific loadouts to this like Rifleman, Grenadier, Sniper, Engineer, or Recon. This is cool because it allows people different unlocks based on whatever role they choose, and is a great way to play a role that plays into your strengths as a gamer. Capture the Flag is a pretty fun game mode. You could have squads capturing each other's flags from unique compounds or fortifications, or have one group start with a flag and have to bring it to a certain place on the map. A spin-off on the original Capture the Flags could be something like everyone starts with a flag, and when you kill someone, you have to take their flag and deposit it at a certain area to accumulate points. Bomb Defusal. Set up demo objective areas, create your favorite weapon loadout, and destroy the enemy objective. Arenas. For those of you who have played WoW in the past and loved it just for the arena concept, this would be something similar. How sick would it be to put together your favorite weapon loadout and drop into a CQB style deathmatch arena? Even a 1v1 arena like some of the CSGO mods out there would be a ton of fun. Weapons, explosives, gadgets, and whips. Who doesn't like to spice things up a little by throwing in some tools to incinerate and troll their enemies? Obviously not all of these would work in the current Battleground format, but it's always fun to imagine a world where crates drop, IEDs, bounding mines, C4 satchels, and rockets. Rain hell on your enemies from the sky with mortars, or drive your homies around in a UAZ with a mounted 50 cal dish gun. Hit the river and don't forget your scuba gear. Tear up the waves with a gunboat or cruise undetected beneath the surface using your dive scooter. PUBG has a decent variety of weapon systems, but in our opinion, the more the merrier. Adding different ammunition like Dragon Breath shotgun rounds to really light people up, or hollow points for those deep penetration moments would be hilarious. Toss different color smokes to confuse the enemy, creep around corners with a dart gun and subdue your enemy with non-lethal projectiles. Toss a zip tie in there and let the troll begin. Who wouldn't want to shoot out the back of their friend's two-seater go-kart or ramp a monster truck off the cliffs into a battle zone? Tired of regular fuel canisters? How about some rocket fuel for your dossier to give a fast-burning, high-octane 30km/h boost? Even adding rocket cars with nitro boosters for those Back to the Future moments would be pretty cool. Environment. Adding the ability to interact with or destroy things on the current map would be sweet. Gas stations where you could refill and repair your car, barrels that when shot would explode, houses that catch fire and burn to the ground. How hilarious would it be to be able to interact with a stove in a building and leave it on just so you could blow it up on the next enemy that went inside? Priceless. Kick over furniture to gain cover or fortify your building to take on all the savage chicken thieves. Mix up the immersion with some variable weather patterns, where it can be rainy, windy, snow or shine all in one match. Or have terrain with certain areas that are foggier and have higher chances of precipitation than others. Why not add some natural disasters like tornadoes or earthquakes, throw in some dynamic high winds, lightning, and sandstorms. It would be pretty hilarious if the blue zone was a massive tornado on the desert map, thicker than fog, with sand that melts you like the maiden. With the announcement of the ballistics update already in the works from the PUBG dev team, with things like bullet penetration, air drag, tweaking of weapon MOA, armor pen, and hit area damage scaling per weapon being addressed first. Having a place that's a testing environment for weapons where players can browse and use weapons at their own leisure, as well as play with other in-game items like throwables and vehicles. That would be a great way to help people learn and enjoy the game. Everyone I know is super pumped for the vaulting patch, and with that being said, we figured out why not add a punch or kick action to the vault when jumping out or over objects. I'd love to be able to jump out a window and drop kick someone below me, like Jet Li. Some other suggestions that had to do with player movement in-game were things like deployables tree stands, grappling hooks, and squirrel suits. Ever search 30 buildings uncontested and come out with nothing more than a red dot? How about an in-game currency system with a static vending machine around the map where you can sell things you've looted and buy things you desperately need? I'll take an 8x scope, an AR suppressor, and some of that shit we used to eat back in the day. What was that? Oh yeah. Character classes, perks, and loadouts. This next idea may not fit into the current Battleground format, but would be cool to see in another PUBG game mode, and that's the ability for players to be able to customize their characters in a way that best suits their own unique playstyles. By nature, we as individuals and as gamers all have our own strengths. Adding class perks and abilities allows for more dynamic gameplay. Example of this is class roles like Engineer or Medic, but could also be similar to a COD-style perk or skill tree system where you can tailor your class to meet your own individual needs.
I'm sorry. Buddy. Close to you.
Alright gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I always enjoy any chance to get creative, and after years of playing shooters, I really enjoy seeing a game like PUBG take off, and I'm excited for the release of modding. This video is meant to start a conversation. Let me know what were your favorite suggestions in this video, and hit me up with all the different cool ideas of your own. I'd love to hear everything you guys have to say about things you'd like to see in PUBG. I can't wait to see what the modding tools are like, and I think it'll be very interesting to see what the community creates when modding is finally released. As many of you know, Battle Royale itself was a mod on the Arma platform, so the sky's the limit. Don't forget about the trivia question at the start of the video. Again, the winner will be announced on my Twitter.
Darnell flies near your body, Irish. Fucking shoot it. Yes!
Catch you guys on the flip side. Take care.
Oh, his name is Raging Clues.